Welcome to Big Brother Specialist. And Blake, I'm pretty sure you were on this episode of Big Brother because
I'm
Janky
janky.
Janky kind of sounds like when you go like, so I was doing this and
That is the meanest thing you've ever said to me. That's crazy. Yeah, I guess I'm like a little janky robot.
but he's really cute.
Yeah, but that's not what you said I look like. That's not the part you said that reminds you of me. Do you remember the song still?
Spelling out his name, saying it, and then like I love you or something like that.
He's the coolest. He's the best or something. Yeah. What an episode. I was enthralled all this morning when I watched it because I was getting crazy last night playing cards. It was interesting. Look at Leah. She freaking did it.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations, Leah fans. You get paid off of waiting for her. She's been playing an excellent social game. She played a veto that kind of did it backfire. Who's to say? It got rid of an ally for her. It set up her next ally to go home completely. She does say out loud that Joseph and Quinn are my best two allies, and they went out back to back. It's like, that's crazy. So she was like, I'm going to have to win this no matter what. And it was, I can sit here with a marshmallow in my hand for 10 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so funny to me of like the idea of locking in. Like, how can T-Core lose after 30 minutes, but other people are going for 10 hours? Like, T-Core just doesn't have my back is up against the wall. Like,
right.
There's like 17 scenarios where T-Core will stay of who gets nominated, who's nominating, who plays veto. That like there's a 1 in 18 chance she goes. So she's like, all right, bye after 30 minutes. But like the Chemo and the Robina need to like lock in.
Mm-hmm.
And only one of those people make it to top 4. And then T-Core from the peanut gallery is like, Robina, try to think in a different part of your brain than you're using right now of like, how do you say it's been 5 hours in your native language? And she goes, drop. And you're just like, T-Core, what are you doing? Like,
and then she's just like, don't be a T-Core or Chemo. And then Chemo's just like, the heck?
Yeah. I don't know. I think this is going to be a very interesting week. I think most people were mad because we didn't get live feeds at all for the competition. And everyone was like, what the hell? Because the wall only lasted like an hour or something.
Well, so did they not want to spoil the janky of it all?
I don't think they wanted to spoil the janky of it all. It's something where, are they fixing the air conditioner in the house or something? Is that why they're like, let's make everyone go back out in the back? But because I don't know, Dire Fest last time was like half and half of,
yeah, it was a
5 of y'all, 6 of y'all go that way, 5 of y'all go that way, or whatever the numbers were. I think it was 6 and 6, maybe 5 and 5, 10.
I don't remember.
Final 10, maybe. Because there wasn't a lot of room to, if you won veto, it was like, and now you're have this whole vote. I put that. Let's put that season out of our misery. Besides, go Taylor. It's something where I liked everything. Janky's very funny.
Mm-hmm.
I liked how he's like,
he's very funny.
He's like, you're my best friend.
Like, and that's not Janky. Come on now.
And I love that they were like, yeah, for sure. And they were like, I do like, we kind of went straight to the negative of it, but I did love the bait and switch of like, hey guys, I'm just Janky. What's going on? And they're like, nothing much. You guys like pizza, right? How about ice cream?
Yeah. And we're just gonna have a party in the backyard. Thanks, Janky. Yeah. And he's just like, welcome to my carnival.
And the doors slide down. You're gonna be out here for a whole week. Just seeing all those faces. I think what's funny is half these people I'm rooting for and half these people I hope lose. So it is fun to see people like, oh, this is basically as close to torture as we can get as a production. But some people are like, it's really killed the momentum of the season. And that's something where you're like, I don't know if we're agreeing with that all the way. We'll see what's happening on our Thursday show. But like, oh my gosh, putting them in this terrifying, like, they're gonna be so like sluggish, they're not gonna be
Only
themselves.
eat pizza and ice cream. I feel like
Right.
there's going to be so much drama this week. They're just going to pick fights for no reason because, they're kind of on slop, and then
Right.
they're stuck in one space, no place to get around. They're not really sleeping because they have to like rise with the sun and then go to bed with the sun basically. So
Rise with the sun and go to bed with the sun.
well, because like
Yeah.
if
You
I'm
don't
there, I'm like, oh, it's so bright, like I
yeah.
can't go to sleep.
I'm just surprised how they're not like all hella sunburned, or like how does that work?
That would not like. I would just need to be like medevaced from Big Brother if I
Yeah.
had to be out there
First
for an
4
entire week.
hours, I'd be like, we need to do
And
the aloe vera party right now or I'm
yeah,
toast.
exactly.
The nomination thing was so stupid though. I
It
will
was
say that.
janky.
It was very janky. Okay, that's the point. Got it. I think let's like it's not spoilers, but some of the feeds that have been over the weekend, there was like Chelsea's just falling apart, kind of, and it's because she is practically acting like she's married to Cam, and Cam is openly cheating on her in front of her by like sitting next to Mackenzie, and now like Mackenzie's laying on his lap, and now it's like normally I would have to walk in the door to see that happen and go into a room, and like maybe I can do out of sight out of mind, but when it's 8 cots next to a dance floor, it's almost impossible to ignore because it's like, oh shit, that's they're laying by each other and that's my husband or whatever.
Yeah.
And I think the funniest joke, not that we're trying to like Chelsea, I hope can get out of it if she's on the block at the end of all of this. Who knows? We don't know what's happening with Vito until we do some stuff. But like, it's interesting to me of there's a couple people that have played extremely well over the first 9 weeks of this game that are kind of falling apart as soon as it's like backyard problems. Is it 9 weeks? This is the 9th week. So like,
Yes.
I wouldn't think some of this would affect you that badly, but for some of these people it is, which
Yeah,
is
like
very interesting to see.
Chelsea's tweaking because she's kind of also in a trio. So she wants her trio to control it, but doesn't want to be looked at as a trio because then her side of things will be targeted. And so now she's going up to Leah being like, I don't really want to work with you, but hey, if I get HOH next week, you're safe if you keep me safe. And she's like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to go for you because there's a clear trio.
Right.
In Rubina, Chemo, and T-Core.
And I think the discourse, maybe you're like, Blake, you're just saying what's happening, but I kind of believe this too. The smart thing that everybody at home who's not in the actual house to see what's going on with facial stuff or whatever was, how are you not going after Cam, Leah, and Chelsea? Like, it's 2 trios.
Mm-hmm.
And like Chelsea didn't break up T-Core, Chemo, or Rubina, so she's making someone else do it. And so that should probably fall back on Chelsea of like, hey, you gambled and it didn't work out. But Leah doesn't take the bait for that. And Leah goes after the Chemo, Rubina, and T-Core side. And most people are like, what a flop. I rooted for you to win. I was so excited for you to win a 10-hour thing. But now
there's always a back door.
There's always a back door. I think the smartest thing that was said too was like, Chemo and Rubina are probably the closest duo out of any of this trio. Like
Mhm.
T-Core and Chemo used to be, but it does feel like T-Core is rubbing people the wrong way a little bit when she does do stuff of like, don't be a T-Core or Chemo. And Chemo's like, what the hell? And like, I think Chemo and Rubina, for as much game sense as they haven't shown recently, I think they're smart enough to realize I can't really win against T-Core. So
Mhm.
while I don't mind that they've even said like we're shields for you, but they haven't really done anything about it yet, which like you guys are running out of time to do something about it.
Yeah.
So it is interesting to see them. We do see Chemo and Rubina get nominated,
Mhm.
and Rubina saying out loud into a confessional, I never taught game with Leah ever in my life, so I expected this, is kind of like, how is there somebody in the final 7 or final 8 with you that you haven't talked game with at all? Like,
Yeah.
not even as like a backup or like, I know this. Now that we're in jury, we should probably say some stuff, right? Like, how's it going?
um before we get to before we get to any episode, the janky of it all, we have some Angela shenanigans where Angela says to Chelsea, like, I really wanted to vote Quinn out, but I just didn't know that the numbers were there for him, so I voted for Chemo. And Chelsea's like, Angela, this is the second week in a row. I don't want to hear your bullshit.
They're so mean to Angela, and I would be too. But like, it is sad watching it of like, because like Angela also has a thing where she goes to talk to the 3 people of like, why are you guys whispering about this?
Yep,
Like,
that was my next note of like she's in the kitchen and then the other guys are just like talking about the vote and not Angela at all.
and like, but and I think Angela had like kind of a good argument of like, let's just talk about it so we all know, instead of like, because what was her thing when she went up to them? If you have notes, because I remember just being like, damn, Angela, like, good for you. Of like if you guys don't want to work with me, I don't see how you guys can also be mad at me. Like,
No, it was basically like it seemed like Vina, T-Core, and Chemo were just kind of talking about the vote and like Quinn leaving, and then Angela just goes, I was in the kitchen and heard whispering, and I was like, and barged in on them. But it wasn't Angela related, like, at all. There was no like, whoa, I can't believe Angela keeps voting for you, Chemo. Like, none of this, like, they were just talking. And then Angela's like, let's get this out in the open. And I was like,
let's get you guys talking about the most dumb shit ever into more ears.
yeah.
I don't know, because it is something of, if you're not playing with Angela, you're gonna need Angela's vote very soon here.
Mm-hmm.
And like, this will be after the spoiler thing for a couple of this, but like, how are you not going up to Angela and being like, that's all the other 2 in my trio. I truly do appreciate you, and I'm sorry that sometimes it doesn't feel like it because I'm just around those 2 and there's not a lot of room in the backyard. But I'll
Mm-hmm.
talk to you on Thursday when it really matters, and we can game plan in the last couple hours before eviction. See you Thursday after all this pizza I'm about to eat. I guess they're on day 3 of it right now, and they're gonna be on like day 6 of it by the time. Like,
It's gonna be gold.
You're only eating pizza and ice cream, not the good kind of pizza. The ice cream didn't look all that bad, but they said like, oh, it's melting.
No, the gummy bears or whatever that were the topping
Oh
that
my
was sitting
god.
outside was melted. Like Mackenzie went like,
Oh, that's what was melted. The
yeah.
top. Don't forget the top. They're melted. I I don't want to put sprinkles on my ice cream like that either. I don't like.
I would just sit with that tub of sprinkles and just
You're voted out. You're gone. Hey guys, I wasn't really gonna put McKenna up, but I saw her.
Just taking the tub of sprinkles with a spoon.
Disgusting, and there's no room for that in the final 7 with the rest of us. I don't know. I just really enjoyed this episode. I know it was, hey, this twist kinda is putting a break on a lot of stuff for the season, but overall, I was like, this is worth it. This is fun.
I thought
I'm
it was
having a
great.
blast.
I just didn't understand, like, I know they have to sing, dance, do whatever, but like, what is the consequence if they don't? Like, there's no like
Zanky becomes real, or Janky becomes real and goes,
Zanky?
oh shoot. Zach and Frankie come out and they have to cuddle on a cot together. Have to or get to, am I right? No, I don't know if Zanky still talk to each other. They'd probably be like, they're probably suing CBS for using 5 of their 6 letters.
But yeah, like there's no consequences. Like for anything else where you have to do stupid BS, there's always like, you won this punishment, so you have to do this. But like, I guess everyone won this punishment.
Everybody won this punishment, bro.
All right. It's is it that time?
No.
No.
The other thing that was so funny to me about watching this, sorry, I got a text that was weird. My mind went, what is that? Because it's a pop-up. It's a so anyway, the funniest thing that happens, because this is our first episode without Quinn, right? And how did you feel of like,
it was great.
No.
I loved this episode. It was so fun. I was not being screamed at. It was just like a calm, normal episode, and like the hilarity and like of like Janky was so much better. And like then Quinn being like, "Whoa, we're now in the backyard for a week. Whoa, I can't be alone with Leah."
Damn, you hate him. It was funny because there was somebody who was like, we just lost Quinn, and then it was his memory wall face doing the R2D2 noise of the or whatever. Or I can't even do it.
I mean, listen, if he would ever want to come on the podcast and just have a calm, normal conversation with us, sure, I'm here. But it's gonna be like this.
This is our only season of Big Brother we're ever doing, you know. If people don't want to watch Rubina, Chemo, and T-Core steamroll, how are they going to watch Big Brother 20 several? You know.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. Is it time for
all right, everyone,
spoilers?
Go to your computer.
Go to your computer and jank it and push Janky.
What?
That's Janky for you. Janky wins veto, which is really cool. He's a robot playing against them. That was a fake spoiler, so if you're still trying to get to your phone, don't worry. Now push pause quick. Maybe you're watching on your computer. Spacebar also pauses. Just click spacebar. Okay, the person who won veto this week is Angela.
Whoa.
She's a comp beast.
Leah and Angela.
So what's crazy about this is the trio of T-Core, Rubina, and Chemo have to win this veto to stick around. Mm-hmm. Specifically, if T-Core wins, she can take one of them off, and then they could vote whoever is up against the other one. So it's like lock in. And that's another layer of you're not locking in. Of after the veto picks, the 2 people that couldn't play were Cam and Mackenzie, which are the best players on that side, except for maybe Chelsea. You could be like, Chelsea's smarter than Cam if it's an intellectual one. She's won more intellectual competition. But that's the best veto draw they could have gotten. And there's 1.5 vetoes There's a regular veto, and then there's a janky veto. Do you know about this? You've heard about
No,
this?
I have
So
not
it's
heard
it's
about
a
this.
it's a janky veto, and we don't know all this. All of this is speculation because they've kind of said this, but nobody's just straight up read the rule book out loud. But I think the janky one has to go first, and Leah has to try and win a carnival game. And then if she wins the carnival game, it's a veto she can use. But she has to go first before Angela goes. And then Leah would renominate. And then I think Angela gets a chance of look at these two nominees. And if there's someone I want to veto from this, I can veto the renom. And then
So
like there's
hypothetically, the chemo Rubina T core of it all still could be safe.
right. Or what the thought process is right now is Cam said something out loud in front of Leah, and it was like, is this the light bulb moment or not? Where Cam said, whoever you put up against T-Core will probably go home because T-Core is the most liked and most well-connected person. So if both vetoes get used, Rubina sticks around, Chemo sticks around, and then she can nominate T-Core versus Chelsea, and that would be the I have one person from each side, but it's each the leader of each side. And because the vetoes got used, I kind of got put in this scenario. It wasn't my initial plan, but I kind of had to because I'm close to Cam, Mackenzie, and Angela. Those are the other options.
Well, if Angela won the veto,
Angela won the veto, so she's not even an option here. So
it's
Cam and Mackenzie are the other options. I'm closer to them than I are to you. But if she did that, it would have been like, this means war if she did it first. But if it's double veto and whatever, maybe she can do this. This upsets the power structure. And like, who would go home, T-Core or Chelsea? Probably Chelsea. And then Leah could be like, I didn't mean to take out your leader, but can I be the new leader? And then like we focus on the other trio for next round of like we finally get T-Core, Rubina, and Chemo take a hit at 7. But like I think it comes down to like, do you think you can comp out and beat them? Because the Chelsea, Mackenzie, and Cam trio, I think recently said something about we could probably win all these competitions because we're not afraid of those girls. And then Leah and Angela just do a back-to-back. You should worry about us.
I'm excited for this veto episode now.
You're excited for Big Brother? Let's go!
Let's go! Well, because I want to see the chaos of this week because I feel like them all being trapped in the backyard with just pizza and ice cream and having to do a bunch of stupid shit. Like, this only leads for a pressure cooker, but Big Brother pun, of like, just like emotions and strategy. You can only go so far to have conversations and talks. So it's just going to be like an insane week for nominations and for whoever goes home.
Right. Because, like, I think this is the part of the game where, like, anything can happen and, like, oh, shit, I did not expect to go home, but the worst HOH happened, the worst veto happened, then there was a second veto, and that's, like, you have to take the shot at, like, Chelsea if you can do all that because you need this many dominoes to fall.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Welcome to this janky episode of Big
JANKIE. He's my best friend.
Do you remember what janky stands for?
Just another neurokinetic investigative entity or something.
I think isn't it Junior?
Junior? artificial, neurokinetic,
Intelligence.
intelligence. What's he?
Entity.
Entity. Wow. Look at us.
On Big Brother.
Hey, brother.
All right, we'll be back Thursday right after the live vote and eviction where maybe Julie Chen will be there. Who knows?
No, hopefully she's not sick. But Jerry was pretty good.
Yeah. All right, we'll see you then.